In today's video, I want to talk about creating fillable PDFs. Hi, it's Darwin here. The channel is Darwin Explores and I create and sell Canva templates for health coaches, wellness coaches, and content creators. In September of 2020, I started creating Canva templates. And fast forward a few months later, in February of 2021, I decided to pursue this full time. The purpose of this new channel is to document my online business journey. I have learned a lot over the past few months, and I'm sure there's a lot more that I will need to learn in order to go through this process. So if you're interested in this type of content, feel free to subscribe and of course come back when I have more content related to this. The first template that I created in Canva was a printable planner. Although this was a printable planner, I wanted the end user to have the flexibility of either writing in it as it was designed or actually using it on their computer, meaning they would be able to type in it if they chose to. And in order to do so, I needed to use another software. So Canva is great for designs and many other things, but there is no way to do that in Canva. So I had to find another tool to accomplish that task. And that's what this video is about. I'm going to show you two different tools that you can use to take your template or your PDF from a form that is not fillable to a way that's fillable, and it's going to be for free. So let's head over to my computer and get started. All right, so we're here on my computer and I have both programs open. I will show you two programs that I recommend for making your PDFs editable. The first one is called PDFescape. PDFescape.com is the website, and the second one is called DocHub. DocHub.com is the website, and I'll leave the links for you for both programs in this video. The first one I want to show you is called PDFescape. And the reason I'm showing you this first because this is the one that I probably recommend first because it's quicker and you don't have to create a login account to use it. All you have to do is put your PDF in, upload your PDF, make it editable, download it, and you're good to go. The second one, even though it's little bit more robust as a program, it has more functionality. Let me just go back there for a second so I can show you. You can edit your PDFs, your PDF forms, templates, etc. You can actually use it as a PDF signing document if you do send documents back and forth that needs to be signed. So actually this is good for that, and it's completely free with of course limited functionality, but the PDF editing aspect of it is actually free for both programs. With DocHub.com, you do have to create an account, which might slow you down. But the good thing is if you do use Google Drive heavily and you do a lot of PDF editing of this sort, DocHub might be a good option for you because you can edit this PDF form with PDFescape. So we're here on the home page. Choose your file. And I'm going to pull in a PDF form that I created in Canva. This is a client intake form. If you want to know how I created this form, leave a comment and I'll show you how I did that in Canva. So we have a client intake form. And the good thing about making this form editable is if you have a client you're working with, all you have to do is email them this editable PDF form and they can type in their responses and email it back to you. That way you're saving a lot of time and hassle. So we're here in this form. We have several types of fields. We have a short form field. We have more of a paragraph form field down here. And we have a section with checklists. And I'm going to show you how to do all three form fields. In order to edit this, you go to form field, and for the first one we're going to click text, make sure that's selected, and just click on the first form field. Now it's going to appear as a big, well not quite big, but a rectangle, a green rectangle. All you have to do is to adjust it to your own form and click on the next one, move it over, adjust it to your own form. Do not worry about the color. This green color only appears when you're in PDFescape. It completely disappears once you download your PDF file. So I'll do a few more just to show you how quickly and easily you can get this done. It doesn't take too long. And it responds really well as far as adjusting the size. I'll do this last two. What's nice about it is that even though I have the different form fields with different sizes, all I have to do is just drag the little edge and there you go. So a few seconds, I have the top half of this page done. So I do have some radio buttons here, And PDFescape does give you the option of editing a radio button, but I've often had trouble with making it work. So for the radio buttons, I will recommend just using the checkbox option. So go to the form field, creation tool like we used before. Instead of text, this time we're choosing checkbox, hit select, and just go over your circle and just make it a little bit smaller here to fit. So make sure the checkbox fits into the little circle. Uncheck it because you don't want the check mark to carry over into your PDF. And repeat the process for the next one. Just make it a little bit smaller, unchecking it. And of course, the last one here. Perfect. Uncheck. Okay. If you do make a mistake and you want to get rid of a box, all you have to do is go all the way to the top, and where you see this icon with a trash can, delete it, and the object would be deleted. And you can go back and just hit select just to replace it. Back there, make it a little bit smaller, and there we go. So if you have a form field that's a little bit bigger, for example, let's say this one. This one does require the person to put in some type of long text. So instead of using the regular text, we're going to use text paragraph. Click select. And then just drag it around until it fills up the entire space. And just repeat the process a few more times until all your boxes are editable. Do one more here just to complete this page. Okay, there we go. So one more thing I wanted to show you is that you can actually add some text into this just to test how the text looks like. So what you can do is to type in some random text, and you can see it looks good, and you do have the option of changing the font. You don't have a large selection, but if you preferred one font over the other of the limited options we have here, feel free to select the one that you like. You can also change the size, or maybe go a little bit bigger with this one, and there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete that so it doesn't transfer over. And now I'm going to scroll all the way down to the place where I have the checkboxes. Similar to what I did with the circular spots, I'm going to click checkbox, select, and just click there. And again, just trying to make sure I match it as close as possible. Remove the check mark. If you don't, it will carry over. So you want to make sure you click on it to remove it. We'll do a few more. Click on the check mark. And the last one. There we go. Okay. So it does take some time, but it's pretty easy. Once you have everything set up, all you do is just go through each part, put in the little checkboxes or the form fields, and just go through it. Of course, if you have a lot of pages, then it might take a little bit longer. But I think for a free program, I think that it does a really good job with that. So the next step would be to download the form. And in order to do this, go over to the left-hand corner, and click on this green icon that says Save and Download PDF. And it is downloading to my computer right now. And what I'm going to do next is to show you what it looks like as a PDF. Okay, so we have the PDF open here, and I want to show you that first of all, the green boxes are gone. As you can see, they look a little bit different because now you see this little bluish color around the gray boxes. That means we can actually type there. So I'm going to go ahead and type my name, for example, and you see that it works fine. For the places with the check boxes, you can see that it works as well. You check and uncheck it, it works fine. And just to show you, nothing works here because I did not place any form field here. And the paragraph, you can see that the paragraph gives you the option of having multiple lines that you can type into. Beautiful. So I'm going to show you the next program called DocHub. Very similar, but I want to show you that it's slightly different. And I do recommend it if you do a lot of editing PDFs, this might be something you want to look into. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. I already have an account. All right, so I am logged into my DocHub account. And like I said before, in order to use this program, you have to create a username and a password. So I already did that and I have logged into the program. In order to start editing my PDF, all you have to do is import your document. And just to show you how it's a little bit different from PDFescape in that you have several different options. And like I said before, you have the option to synchronize it with Google Drive, which can be very useful if you do this process quite often. For now, I'm just going to pull in the same form that I used in PDFescape and just wait for it to upload. And there we go. Just move myself a little bit to the corner here so I have more room. So here we have the same form. Oh, you know what I did? I pulled in a form that I already edited. So I'm gonna go back and just drop in another form. Another copy of the same form, that is. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, good. So this is another fresh copy that hasn't been touched. And in order to create form fields that are editable for DocHub, all you have to do is go to this second icon that says Manage Fields, click on it. And this is the text field, this is the paragraph field, and this is the checkbox. You do have other options that we're not going to use for this tutorial. So for this tutorial, all you have to do is click on the text field. And with this program, you need to drag it and kind of move it around until it fits where you want. It's a little bit trickier in that sense. So let's first go to the original one. So move the form. I'll just drop this one here. See if I can go back here and edit this one. Okay, there we go. So just click on move and drag and you can move it around just a little bit. And just like with PDFescape, you do have a few other options, although quite limited, but you have a few options if you want to change the font and to change the size. So here I'll change it to 12. So it's a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll do 14. Okay. So now just click on this, what is this? This small rectangle icon here. And that would allow you to drag and replace the form field where you want it to fit better. It does have the right font size and the font family I want. So now when I go to the second one, it automatically recognizes the same size and it makes it a lot faster. So this is why I recommend DocHub if you have quite a bit of form spaces to go through. It recognizes the dimensions and you can just go really quickly. And if this is the wrong dimension, all you have to do is pull it and it recognizes the last one you used. So in this, we'll have to shorten it a little bit. But if you have a lot of form fields that are all the same, then you might want to use DocHub because all you have to do is click and it just pulls the exact same size into that space. So this is what it is for a short form field. If you need to do a longer one, just like we did with the other place, this is like a paragraph, this would not work because if you place it here, it's only going to give you one line of text. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go back to our icon here, Manage Field, and select Paragraph Field. And now you can see it gives us a bigger rectangle. I'm just going to go and adjust the dimensions to fit a little bit more. There you go. I like that. And then look what happens next. It recognizes the same dimensions and makes the process, I think, a little bit faster than PDFescape because of that feature, this extra feature that it has. Okay, so let's see what it looks like to create some checkboxes. Go to the last field form here. Well, not the last one, the one right underneath the paragraph field. We have a checkbox. And it's the right dimension, so we don't need to adjust anything. But do know that if you want to adjust it to make it bigger or smaller, all you have to do is just drag on the corner right here. And if all your checkboxes are the same size, then it's just a matter of clicking and clicking and clicking through. And there we go. So in order to test it out, you can do that before leaving the program. You have to actually just show you real quick. Go to the pointer or the select tool, and that allows you to test it out. You can see, check, uncheck. Okay, and you can uncheck it. And there you have it. Okay. All right, so let's assume all of our form fields have been completed. You do have more options here, but for a basic edit, you don't have to worry about all the extra stuff that you can possibly do. Okay, so assuming all of your fields have been edited, the next step would be to download it. You do have the option to print it out, of course, if you want. You can print it out by clicking on the click icon, clicking on the print icon over there. But in this case, we're going to download it because we want to test it out first. So in order to do this, head over to the corner at the top of the program, top right-hand corner, and just click on download/export. Again, this is where if you use Google Drive, you can instantly just export it to Google Drive and it all stays in one place. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I am going to download it because I want to test it out and show you what it looks like. So I'm saving it on my computer right now. Here we go. Okay, so we have the program open and it looks just like the one that we had from PDFescape. So let's test it out. As you can see, it does work very well. Let's test out. I did not edit this. I forgot about that. So let's go to the check box area, test those out. That works out really well. And let's test the paragraph. We need a lot of text for that, and that works really well as well. So there you go. You have the two programs. You have the DocHub.com and the PDFescape.com, and they both work really well, and they allow you to take a PDF and make it clickable, editable, fillable, etc. Okay, so that is the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the process of creating this editable PDF form, let me know. I would like to know which program you preferred. Would you prefer to use PDFescape or would you prefer to use DocHub? Leave them in the comment section below. One more thing, if you want me to make a tutorial on how I actually created the form that I imported into the program to make editable, the client intake form, also let me know and I will create a tutorial around it. All right, so I'll see you next time. Bye. Take 5,000. Okay.